Make sure you have extra layers headed out the door tomorrow. Future feels like temperatures almost 20 degrees below zero. Your full details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a high-speed chase near a school, a citizen's quick thinking, and a Delta County man now facing decades behind bars. Plus, we have more details on the bond proposal being put forth by Marquette Area Public Schools for the May ballot. And President Trump doubles down on his desire to acquire Greenland, calling it the ultimate long-term deal. We'll have the latest from Washington, D.C. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
And a first look at your forecast, it's going to be a very cold start as you head out the door tomorrow morning, and especially if any of those kiddos are going to be at the bus stop, or if you're outside for any reason, these types of wind chill values at about -15 to -20, you really want to make sure you bundle up. And throughout the day for tomorrow, it's only going to get worse. Temperatures will drop, the feels like temperature and the wind chill will continue to drop as well to about -35. Just some things that you can do to help out is to bundle up, but I'll talk more about those impacts and this major winter storm for the eastern U.S. in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. A Delta County man faces potentially decades in prison for possessing drugs and fleeing police. During a traffic stop last March, Escanaba public safety officers attempted to arrest Ernest Wayne Dillabow on a felony warrant. Dillabow fled the scene, driving at a high rate of speed near the high school as classes were being dismissed. Officers stopped their pursuit to protect pedestrians, but later arrested Dillabow thanks to a citizen who spotted him. Today, he pled no contest to one count of meth possession and one count of fleeing and eluding law enforcement. The combined charges would usually carry penalties of up to 15 years in prison, but because Dillabow is a habitual offender, he faces up to 30 years total. He is scheduled to appear in court for sentencing in May. Marquette Area Public Schools have adopted the resolution for an upcoming bond proposal in the spring. WZMQ's Andrew Hand spoke with Superintendent Zach Sedgwick about how the district has already involved the community in its planning process.
After 2 years of both state and independent studies conducted over MAP's 7 school facilities, over $100 million in infrastructure and building system needs were found. Throughout the fall, a survey was taken by community members who had a look at 6 different options for how to tackle the necessary improvement funds. This led the district to ultimately adopt a $59 million bond proposal, which Superintendent Zach Sedgwick says was well adjusted after a passionate amount of the local input.
Overall, the feedback was very positive. Our parents and our staff were especially supportive. When you took into account non-parents and non-staff, it brought that weighted average down, but it was still over 53%, which is very favorable.
The plan stretches across the district, focusing on keeping students safe, warm, and dry, with one location in particular at the top of the priority list.
Bothwell has proven to be the building with the most critical infrastructure needs, most notably because of their second floor. So we are looking at doing an addition to Bothwell, which will allow us to do a total reconfiguration, redesign of that second floor and make it more efficient.
The district has chosen an approach of 2 phases of 14 years, totaling 28 years at a 1.55 mil tax impact, added to a current 1.31.
We're still 3.86 roughly, which is less than that state average and still less than some of our neighbors.
Throughout the spring, MAPS will continue to share more information with the community before voters take to the polls on May 5th.
We're looking at more town halls, likely early March, to be held in the buildings that are most impacted, preferably, so that people might even have a chance to look at some of these projects themselves.
Reporting in Marquette, Andrew Hands, WZMQ 19 News.
Supreme Court justices from across the spectrum seem skeptical about the president's efforts to remove one of the Federal Reserve board members. The president has accused Lisa Cook, one of the Fed board members, of mortgage fraud and is looking to fire her. Experts have said it's an unprecedented case. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp shares this case is a test of the president's power to remove people at independent agencies.
In a roughly 2-hour hearing, Supreme Court justices seemed skeptical about the administration's attempt to remove Lisa Cook from the Federal Reserve Board. Justices, even conservative-leaning justices, expressed an uneasiness about undermining the long independence of the central bank. Members of the Federal Reserve's Board of Governors are protected by law from removal except for cause. The president has contended such restrictions are unconstitutional. In other cases, he cited mortgage fraud allegations against Cook as a cause that he claims is within the statute. But so far, that claim has not been litigated, and Cook denies the allegations. Some of the justices seemed skeptical Cook received sufficient notice of the president's accusations and an opportunity to respond.
Was Ms. Cook given the opportunity in some sort of formal proceeding to contest that evidence or explain it?
Not a formal proceeding. She was given an opportunity in public because
in the world, like she was supposed to post about it, and that was the opportunity to be heard that you're saying was afforded to her in this case?
Yes, and she's had plenty of opportunities in the ensuing months where we've had ongoing litigation where there's never been a personal statement addressing that or justifying.
Justice Brett Kavanaugh added if they allowed the president to fire Cook, it would weaken the independence of the Federal Reserve.
112 years, and it's unprecedented that any Federal Reserve officer has ever been removed. So the unprecedented nature of this case is a part of what the president did, not what Ms. Cook did.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
The administration is also investigating the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, for his comments to a Senate committee on the renovation projects at Fed office buildings. Powell claims those are pretext and accuses the president of going after him because of interest rates. President Trump addressed global leaders at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland amidst tensions with Europe over the future of Greenland. The president says he still wants the U.S. to acquire Greenland, but won't take it by military force. Erica Brown is in Washington with the latest tonight.
In a speech to global leaders at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland, President Trump reiterated his interest in acquiring Greenland, which he insists is needed for national security reasons.
Every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States.
But the president ruled out the use of military force to seize the island, which is a territory of Denmark.
I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force.
In a social media post, the president announced a framework of a future deal on Greenland that he says was reached with NATO's Secretary General.
It's a long-term deal. It's the ultimate long-term deal. And I think it puts everybody in a really good position, especially as it pertains to security and minerals and everything else.
How long would the deal be, Mr. President?
Infinite.
Did you speak to Denmark?
There is no time limit. It's forever.
With a potential deal in the works, President Trump says he will not impose new tariffs on European countries that resisted his push to control Greenland. But some elected officials continue to slam his treatment of American allies.
There's a way to achieve what the president rightfully points out we need to achieve in the Arctic without any of this drama.
This is pretty damn stupid. Now you look at what it means going after territory from another member of NATO. That is crossing a red line.
Denmark's foreign minister said in a statement that they'll now focus on addressing the U.S.'s security concerns while respecting Denmark's red lines.
In Houston, the 4 astronauts who evacuated last week from the International Space Station made their first public appearance since returning to Earth because of a medical crisis. The astronauts declined to reveal who needed medical attention and why. It was NASA's first medical evacuation in 65 years of human spaceflight.
How we handled everything all the way through nominal operations to this unforeseen operations really bodes well for future exploration. We're a well-honed machine here at the Johnson Space Center and around the world. So when we're getting ready for Artemis, I am very optimistic.
The 11 million pound Artemis II rocket was moved over the weekend from an assembly building to a launch pad at Florida's Kennedy Space Center ahead of a planned mission to the moon. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, NMU students explore over 20 unique clubs today, from a swim team to a Taylor Swift fan club. And middle schoolers in Escanaba got hands-on with science, tech, and even liquid nitrogen ice cream. We'll hear how Michigan Tech's Mind Trekkers program is showing potential career opportunities when we come back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Every great business has a story, and I'm here to help yours thrive. Whether you're looking to expand, invest in equipment, or manage cash flow, Range Bank offers tailored financing solutions to fit your unique needs. Our process is simple and straightforward. We believe in building lasting relationships, so we take the time to understand your business goals.
Buckles Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
January is custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Whether we're starting from scratch or recreating a new piece from some old or sentimental jewelry, we'll help you create your own one-of-a-kind perfect design. In January, we'll waive our $395 design fee. You imagine it, we'll create it. Custom month at Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
Richardson Jewelers.
At Big Valley Ford in Ewan, we're more than just a dealership. We're your hometown partner in finding the perfect ride. With a huge selection of high-quality vehicles, there's something here for every lifestyle and every budget. Looking for value? We've got one of the largest selections of pre-owned Ford trucks in the UP, all in excellent condition and low miles, along with a huge selection of new Broncos and trucks all ready to roll. Experience the Big Valley difference at Big Valley Ford in Ewan.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network. Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
And welcome back. We are still going to be dealing with those dangerous cold temperatures. It's going to get even colder today, just reaching 13 degrees for the high, a tenth of an inch of snow for Marquette. The average high is 21. We're not going to be seeing really anywhere close to that. We'll talk about the watches and warnings in just a second. But for your first warning weather futurecast, there is going to be some lake effect snow that's going to especially impact the Ontonagon up through Eagle Harbor area. So places up to the northwestern portions of the UP, you might see about 3 to 5 inches of snow for the entirety of that winter weather advisory. So taking us right up to the weekend, you can see Friday evening things will start to settle out. Here's a look at the future snow. Not really too much for us into Marquette. It should miss us for the most part, but we'll get a few stray snowflakes coming our way for Thursday into Friday. But this is that possibility of, this is maybe overdoing it a tad, but 5 inches pushing 7 inches. It really shouldn't change how you drive in it. It is all going to impact travel no matter what from this time frame through Friday evening. So places out towards Ontonagon up through Eagle Harbor, you have that winter weather advisory. Also places like Munising, Newberry, and Sault Ste. Marie, that's going to be the focus. As for snow for the rest of the week, now talking about snow for the end of the week and into the weekend, this is a major winter storm that will affect a lot of the United States. About 160 million people will be under this winter storm warning, and this system is developing. It's not quite over the U.S. just yet, so that's why it's a little tough to have pinpoint information on location and snow totals, because the energy exists, but it's not even over land yet. It will be very soon for us, and when it moves through this area down towards Texas, it's going to be bringing in moisture from the Gulf, but it's also going to be meeting up with very cold air. That's more so what's going to impact us here locally. There's the cold aspect to it, there's the snow, the ice aspect to it. We're going to be feeling the cold. I don't think we're going to see the major snowfall totals from this, because it does run ride up through the I-95 corridor, impacting places like Philadelphia, New Jersey. So we're not going to see a lot of this snow, but the cold air that's going to be causing it is going to cause us locally to be in that very cold, the extreme cold warning is what we're getting really because of that. This is the coldest air that we've seen all year, maybe even in years, and we have a storm system setting up to create very potentially impactful and severe travel conditions for the weekend. So if you have any family, really any portions of the eastern U.S., or you are maybe going to escape the cold and travel, just be careful because we could have a major ice situation and just difficult travel all the way around. But if you are staying home, then we have to deal with this extreme cold warning where we could be seeing these feels like temperatures for especially Friday morning, even colder than this, maybe even as cold as negative 35 degrees. So layers, 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 especially for the rest of the week and the first half of the weekend. It'll be a little more bearable for Sunday, but still going to be stuck in the teens for the high temperatures once we get into next week.
Kelly, thank you again. This morning, NMU students had the opportunity to check out some of the organizations held by their fellow Wildcats. While students traveled between classes in Jamrich Hall, they could learn about and sign up for the available clubs and programs offered on campus. Around 20 groups were at the organization fair, including the NMU Swim Club, a Taylor Swift fan club, and a few student activism groups. Students compared the event to the university's Fall Fest as an accessible way to engage with one another.
It's a really good chance to kind of just reach different students and talk to different people that you might not always see around.
It's pretty much positive feedback. You know, we have snacks, candy out, and I think students are just excited to, be part of a community.
The student organizations are made possible through the university's Center for Student Enrichment. We have the list of over 400 student groups on our website. In Escanaba, UP middle school students explored STEM careers with Michigan Technological University's Mind Trekkers program. Michigan Tech hosted a One UP Hidden Coast Festival at the UP State Fairgrounds. Students enjoyed more than 60 science fair style activities, from learning about chemical reactions to trying liquid nitrogen ice cream. Booths were manned by Michigan Tech students as well as local businesses like North Country Electrical Line School, Independent Machine Company, and Van Air Incorporated, exposing students to jobs they could pursue in the future.
Is when they're the most curious and when they're the most open to trying new things and learning about new opportunities, and we want to make sure that they're also setting themselves up for success with the classes that they take to support their future career aspirations.
The event was a collaboration between Michigan Tech, Bay College, the Delta Schoolcraft ISD, and Michigan Works, which says events like these show students that exciting, fulfilling careers are available right here in the UP.
Students can come out and see exactly who is in their backyard and what do they do, what are the positions they offer, and what are some of those skills that they might need. It is a great opportunity to partner with so many community organizations for these students to have a wonderful experience for the entire day.
In a few weeks, Michigan Tech will take the Mind Trekkers program to students in Appleton, Wisconsin. Still to come on your 19 News, a parent group is looking to decrease the amount of screen time kids are getting nowadays. That story and more when we come back.
The Menards bag sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. Plus, get big savings on big buys. Transform your home with a new Ideal garage door. Choose from our in-stock selection or design your own using our free designer. This 9x7 insulated garage door is only $499.99. Upgrade your floors with new vinyl plank flooring from Tarkett. It's waterproof, durable, and easy to install. Veracor vinyl plank is $329 per square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm managing a business and we have a lot of kids. First National's online banking makes it easier to keep everything together. We can do mobile check deposits and our recurring bills are just automatically withdrawn. Our son is getting ready to head to school, and with our accounts linked, we can easily transfer him funds and we can monitor his spending. The time that we spend together is most important to me. First National mobile app makes that happen. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Learn more at fnbimk.com.
It's the final days of big savings at the New Year's sale at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 50% off list. Get this Ashley 2-piece combo, Redmond sofa, plus your choice of rocker recliner, chair, or love seat for only $5.99. Get your choice of these best-selling Lazy Boy recliners for just $5.55. Get a Sealy mattress for just $2.99. Pay no interest for 36 months with approved credit. Final days at the New Year's sale, only at Slumberland Furniture.
When you need a body shop, skip the corporate shops and outside investors. Go with your hometown body shop, Superior Collision. Our family opened Superior Collision in 2002, and we're still the ones who own and operate it today. Some places talk about community. We actually stand with our community, donating monthly back into Marquette County. When you need collision repair, choose Superior Collision, your local hometown body shop.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. On average, young people between 8 and 18 years old spend about 7.5 hours a day on their screens, not including schoolwork. This alarming trend has parents constantly looking for a response. Now, the American Academy of Pediatrics wants significant changes from policymakers and tech companies to help families navigate the digital world. Meg Oliver found one parents group that decided not to wait for that.
I don't know, because I like doing that, and also
After school, New Jersey fifth graders Joy Wyatt and Emerson Kari head to their local library.
Do you have a pencil I could borrow?
When they hunker down to study, something is missing.
Do you have a phone?
No.
Do you feel like you need a phone?
I mean, no.
So if you need to reach Joy at the library, what do?
I actually call the library.
Joy's parents, Jason and Beth Wyatt, are part of the Balance Project, a nonprofit with more than 160 chapters across the country, focused on delaying the use of smartphones for kids and encouraging more time with friends and independent play outside.
Would you have been able to do this if you didn't have other families joining in?
I think absolutely not. There's like a half generation of kids who just went through it, and those parents have said we didn't know what to do or how to handle it. And luckily for us, we have a place, a forum to go to and learn that I don't think previously existed.
Eighth graders Alejandra Zilek and Olivia Grodman admit they often feel like prisoners to their phones.
I feel like my phone consumes me sometimes.
Well, first of all, we're going to recognize junk tech.
In addition, the nonprofit also brings speakers to schools, like Bethany Barton, who's teaching these kids in Oceanport, New Jersey, what happens to their brains with too much screen time.
Dopamine overload can make you feel angry, aggressive, tired, frustrated.
Barton recommends steering clear of so-called junk tech, such as free games and apps that don't have an end, and find natural sources of dopamine, such as playing outside, talking to friends, and exercise.
Is it realistic to teach this to kids? Can they really set limits?
Oh, absolutely. I've found when we tell the kids the science behind their brains, they're fascinated. They want to put it into action. They want to see how they can sort of treat their brain right.
How do you plan to change how you use technology?
I would say use it as like more of a reward. Like when I get all my work done that I need to, maybe have it for like 30 minutes.
As for the Wyatts, they're hoping to hold off as long as possible.
It's not a never give a person a cell phone and never introduce them to tech. It's just to try to extend out the runway. So there's almost an element of like, when are they ready? Let's not pick an age or a line in the sand. She needs to show maturity. We'd love to see that independence.
Do you like having independence after school?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, being able to ride around town and kind of go about your day?
I don't know how to explain it, but it just makes me feel good.
A car is one of the biggest purchases most people make, and the cost of owning one is pretty substantial. Jill Schlesinger looks at what you need to know if you're trying to get a new set of wheels.
If you're in the market for a car or truck for the first time in a while, brace yourself for higher costs. The average price recently soared past $50,000. That's due to a combination of inflation and people purchasing larger and more expensive vehicles. Anyone taking the plunge should start by determining how much you can afford. According to AAA, the total cost of owning and operating a new vehicle is about $1,000 per month. So managing this expense is going to require some homework. Always do your research before walking into a dealership. Even if you have been loyal to a particular brand or seller, consider expanding your search to other options and a broader geographic area. Most of this information can be found online. If you drive cars into the ground, you're usually best served by buying. Even if you borrow money to buy, once that loan is paid off, your annual cost of the car drops significantly. But if you're frequently drawn to shiny new vehicles with improved safety options and the latest technology, consider leasing. A lease usually requires a smaller down payment and results in lower monthly payments. And don't forget, the willingness to walk away is your best negotiating tool.
More offices around the country are taking an unusual step by asking employees to take their shoes off. Ditching street shoes at the door can have surprising benefits for your health. Bradley Blackburn explains why.
At the New York City office of AI startup Spur, the workplace looks like any other until you glance down at the floor.
I think this is the first interview I've ever done in my socks.
Co-founders Sneha Sivakumar and Anushka Nachalan have made their company shoe-free.
Gives a feeling of home where, this becomes your second home, especially when you're building a startup.
The hours we put in, it's just like not comfortable to have shoes on the whole time.
Just like in Shoes Off homes, you leave street shoes at the door. But here, Spur's employees and office guests can slide into custom-branded indoor footwear. No shoes is now a key part of their company culture.
We're all on the same team. We're all trying to do something together.
They're not alone. According to tracking website noshoes.fun, companies all around the world are walking the walk. The goal is more than comfort and culture, it's cleanliness.
It's actually pretty grim.
Indiana University professor Gabriel Filippelli tested shoes and was surprised to learn what we track in on our soles. It can pose risks for health.
Heavy metals, which can impact, particularly if you have children at home, can impact their neurological development, their brains, their organs. That dust and soil might also contain E. coli contaminants, which can cause significant gastrointestinal issues.
Data shows damp mopping helps, but he says leaving contaminants by the front doors of homes or offices just makes sense.
This is a risk you can manage.
It's working in this workplace. The only problem here, they need a bigger shoe rack.
It's like part of us.
And for more companies, the shoe fits when you don't wear it.
Harry Styles has confirmed new music is just days away, and singer Sabrina Carpenter is warming up for the Grammys. Gwen Baumgartner has tonight's entertainment headlines.
Season 3 of Shrinking is just 1 week away. The show follows a therapist as he and his daughter rebuild their lives following the death of his wife, using comedy and friendship to navigate grief.
If it starts to go south, just play the dead mom card. That's how grief works. So, yeah, it's TV, but there's a realistic snapshot there that's taking place that I think is so familiar to the viewer, and that's why people are connecting.
The cast, including Harrison Ford and Jason Segel, return along with a number of new guest stars.
Even the smallest roles, the people are so good. We have so many great actors in the show. It's really an honor to be a part of it.
Shrinking Season 3 premieres next Wednesday on Apple TV. The Beckham breakup just went public this week. Brooklyn Beckham confirmed the estrangement with his family on social media, accusing his mom, Victoria, of embarrassing him at his wedding in 2022 and his parents of controlling his life. His parents have yet to comment. Harry Styles announced his latest upcoming single, Aperture, will drop on Friday. And singer Sabrina Carpenter confirmed on social media she's performing at the Grammys, which airs Sunday, February 1st on CBS and Paramount+.
Now don't go away. When we come back, Kelly Rowland has our final look at weather.
Bumper cars today. My car's fender tomorrow.
Tell me something I don't know.
You can get AAA car insurance. Superior coverage for over 100 years.
Good. I'm going to need that.
AAA car insurance. Expect something more.
At LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee, we believe that beauty is more than just skin deep. Improve your physical appearance, but also boost your confidence and well-being. We use high-quality products and the latest techniques to provide outstanding results. Our goal is to create a welcoming and inclusive space where you can relax, unwind, and feel your best self. Are you ready? LJ Aesthetic Studio in Manistee. Be your best you.
It's time to clear out the showroom for Kirkish Furniture's January clearance sale. Find year-end savings in every department all month long. Furniture, mattresses, appliances, and flooring. Shop Kirkish Furniture's January clearance sale while supplies last.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Pure Outdoor.
Might be time to rethink my car insurance.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know.
You can get AAA car insurance, and you can customize your policy for you and your new drivers. It's actually a lot harder to drive than you'd think.
AAA car insurance. Expect something more.
I'm Corporal Klinger.
That must be me, sir.
I tried everything to get out of the Army.
What's the big idea, Klinger?
I was a tree.
I would have made it if not for that dog.
I got pregnant.
Should someone in your condition be smoking a cigar?
And of course, I wore a dress or two.
Sir.
But I never got out, which means you can watch more of me on MeTV.
MASH, weekdays and Sundays at 7 on MeTV 19.1. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
And a final check of your forecast. We already are feeling very cold temperatures, but very dangerous, bitter cold wind chill values and just overall cold in general is going to be impacting the entire Upper Peninsula for all day Thursday and really all day Friday. Even though this extreme cold warning and cold weather advisory will cancel out Friday afternoon, our feels like temperature and wind chill is not going to bounce back to where it should be or comfortable conditions. This is a look as you head out the door tomorrow morning into Marquette, about negative 11 degrees for the wind chill values. Out towards the western UP, negative 20 throughout the day on Thursday, where we should be experiencing a warm up in the temperatures. Temperatures are going to drop even more, and we could be feeling as cold as negative 35 or even negative 40 degrees for the wind chill values. And that's what you need to be dressing for, because it could only take as low as 2 minutes for that type of cold for frostbites to start to kick into gear. So make sure to listen to your body, check up on others, and make sure to stay tuned with your first warning weather forecast throughout the next few days.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, in cooperation with the Lake Superior Community Partnership, the Incredible Bank on West Washington Street in Marquette held a grand reopening today. Their ribbon-cutting ceremony helped celebrate the renovations just completed to the interior of the bank. The Wisconsin-based institution, formerly named River Valley Bank, has been serving customers in Marquette since 2004 and changed its name to Incredible in 2019.
This is really a commitment to our Marquette community. It's a reinvestment into this bank, and the design is really focused on our customers and the meaningful interactions we look to create.
Incredible Bank has 16 locations in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Florida. That's all the time we have for right now, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 6/5 Central. Have a great night.
Half a century has gone by since we first opened our doors at Household, and we want to say thank you to all the customers that have chosen us since 1971, and welcome those that will continue to make our household their home for home furnishings.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
Amelia Clark and Haley Lou Richardson in